Um, Special International Ambassador, Green Ambassador Jared Senyova, and I would like to share with you about sustainable development. Why sustainable development? The world as a system. So, from the Oxford University Press, 1987, from the Brundtland Commission report, uh, Our Common Future, sustainable development is a development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. That is what we call sustainable development. So we have three topics, which is post-2015 development agenda and sustainable financing for development, then climate change. So from the future we want, outcome document from Rio plus 20 conference. So you can get more details on www.un.org/en/sustainable future. The future we want from Rio plus 20 to the Sustainable Development Goals. What is Rio plus 20? Rio plus 20 is the short name for the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development, which took place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in June 2012, 20 years after the landmark 1992 Earth Summit in Rio at the Rio plus 20 conference. World leaders, along with thousands of participants from the private sector, NGOs and non-government organizations and other groups, elaborated on how we can reduce poverty and voice social equity and ensure environmental proportion, protection on an ever more crowded planet. So in Rio plus 20, Rio plus 20 was the starting point towards defining a sustainable development agenda for 2016 and beyond, after the Millennium Development Goals expired. In the Rio plus 20 outcome document, The Future We Want, the heads of states and governments renewed their commitment to sustainable development. They promised to ensure the promotion of economical, social, and environmental sustainable development for present and future generations. You are part of this ambitious efforts, and I am part of it. So your contribution, our contribution, will make a difference and help to make the world a better place. So we have to go beyond economic wealth, which is the only measure of progress. Then we have to know to get equal opportunities, decent jobs, sufficient food, quality health care, education, safe water drinking, access to energy for all. Sustainable development equals a more secure world. So you can go to www.undp.org/future, and you can see, by that time you could vote for the future you want. So UNDP motto is Empowered Lives, Resilient Nations. Characteristics of the post-2015 Development Agenda, SDGs: economic, social, and environment. There is no development without peace. That is the Secretary General's quote. There is no development without peace. While efforts to continue the work of the Millennium Development Goals will continue beyond 2015, the new post-2015 Development Agenda and its Sustainable Development Goals are broader than Millennium Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals bring together the three dimensions of sustainable development, which are economic, social, and environment. The post-2015 Development Agenda also underscores a long-standing truth: there will be no peace without development, no development without peace, and neither without respect for human rights. But 2015 will focus more on the interlinkages between sectors and issues to really address the complex interconnected global challenges of the 21st century, address inequalities between different individuals and groups, and strive for an agreement among all countries regardless of their development status. Clear, specific goals will help us achieve and measure change. So I watched the video of the 17 global goals that will guide our work until the year 2020, SDGs and their targets in more details. I learned more about sustainable Secretary General's recommendations about SDGs in a video, especially on industry innovations and infrastructure, which is goal 9. The 17 sustainable development goals, which are they? There are people who don't know exactly the 17 sustainable development goals, and goal 1 is no poverty, goal 2 zero hunger, goal 3 good health and well-being, goal 4 quality education, goal 5 gender equality, goal 6 clean water and sanitation, goal 7 affordable and clean energy, goal 8 decent work and economic growth, goal 9 industry innovations and infrastructure, goal 10 reduced inequalities, goal 11 sustainable cities and communities, goal 12 responsible consumption and production, goal 13 climate action, goal 14 life below water, goal 15 life on land, goal 16 peace, justice, strong institutions, goal 17 partnerships for the goals. So you can get more details on www.wethepeople.globalgoals.org, and you can tell everyone about this. So there are a number of topics you can get on www.sustainabledevelopment.un.org/topics, where you can get topics like 1 Africa, 2 atmosphere, 3 biodiversity, 4 capacity building, 5 chemicals and wastes. You can get also about ecosystems. You can get 6 climate change. You can get 7 desertification, land degradation and drought. You can get 8 disaster risk reduction. Topic 9 education. Topic 10 employment, decent work for all and social protection. 11 energy. 12 finance. 13 food security and nutrition and sustainable agriculture. 14 forest. 15 gender equality and women empowerment. 16 green economy. 17 health and population. 18 indicators. 19 industry. 20 information for integrated decision making and participation. 21 institutional frameworks and international cooperation for sustainable development. 22 mountains. 23 multi-stakeholder partnerships, voluntary commitments. 24 national sustainable development strategies. 25 oceans and seas. 26 poverty eradication. 27 rural development. 28 science. 29 small island development states. 30 sustainable cities and human settlements. 31st sustainable consumption and production. 32 or 32nd sustainable tourism. 33 sustainable transport. 34 technology. 35 trade. 36 violence against children. 37 water and sanitation. So, the road to dignity by 2030, ending poverty and transforming all lives and protecting the planet. So you can get for the synthesis report of the Secretary General on the post-2015 agenda, page 16. So there are following um, six points, six recommendations for the Sustainable Development Agenda by Secretary General, former Secretary General, His Excellency Ban Ki-moon. People, planet, partnership, justice, prosperity, and dignity. People, we mean to ensure health, life, knowledge, and the inclusion of women and children. Planet, we mean to protect our ecosystems for all societies and our children. Partnership, we mean to catalyze global solidarity for sustainable development. Justice, we mean to promote safe and peaceful societies and strong institutions. Prosperity, we mean to grow a strong, inclusive, and transformative economy. By dignity, we mean to end poverty and fight inequality. So we must be fit for purpose to accomplish all this. And as Jeffrey D. Sachs, the UN Secretary General's Special Advisor on the Millennium Development Goals, said while speaking at the first Bonn Conference for Global Transformation, we don't need to ask ourselves, can it be done? We need to ask ourselves, how can it be done? Thank you very much for watching, and let's keep in touch as we are also saddened by the passing away of His Holiness Pope Francis, who passed away on April 21st, 2025 at the age of 88 due to heart attack, according to reliable sources. And we pray for the Catholic Church, we pray for everyone in the world so that we can have peace, and may His Holiness, late Pope Francis, rest in eternal peace. Thank you very much for watching.